Welcome to Graybo's Giblets. We are the trio of Gray Burnett, Ryan Fitz, and Duke Denny one-time Dotson, and we own a sports card shop called Graybo Sports Cards and a sports bar called Parlay in Richmond, Virginia. We know you don't have 40 hours per week to pour over podcasts and spreadsheets, but we want to get in on the action, so we do the work for you. We bring you 30-minute giblets each week so you can feel good heading up to the window and into the weekend. We are the crossroads of sports lovers, fantasy heads, sports betting, and sports cards. We're out here dropping giblets for the people, and today is Masters Week. We're heading down Magnolia Lane and into Amen Corner. We have our special guest, Booth Greene, who was on last year. Great golf insider. Also our commissioner of our One and Done League. He will have some great plays for you. Booth, how you doing today, my man?
I'm good. Thanks for having me, boys. Christmas, we made it. We made it. Best time of year, best week of the year. Glad to be back.
Yeah, I mean, we just had a national championship, great national championship, right, Denny? We welcome Denny on as well.
Yeah, great. Cash is 45-1 preseason ticket on the Gators.
Ooh, didn't want to say anything.
No big
What's
deal.
Up? 45-1, great game. We were sweating. It was a good time in the bar. And now it's time to talk golf. It is Masters Week, and I'm excited. We're going to get into some one and done stuff. We're going to get into some favorite plays that we like, obviously some betting. And to talk about the course a little bit, we would ask Fitz about it. He's not here. Our producer Fitz is actually in Augusta. He had Monday tickets to the round. Just unbelievable story, Denny. Why don't you tell the story about our buddy Fitz and his golf luck?
Yeah, I've entered the Masters lottery every year for the last 15 years, never won it. He enters the lottery, wins it, and then very sneakily doesn't invite me and Gray, but invites two other guys. So they go down there Sunday. They get an announcement that they're not going to open the doors early on Monday because of the rain. So he doesn't get there at 9 o'clock like he was scheduled. But sure enough, for some reason, they open the doors at 9. So he learns that, hey, I can go into the Masters. So he went from disappointed to excited. They drive a couple hours to the gates. 4 hours. And they get to the gates.
Easy drive.
And then realize right as they're walking up to the gates, they blow the horn and cancel it again. So Fitz does not get to enter the gates of Augusta National.
Not only that, they waited a few more hours in their car in the rain, soaking wet, to see if they would open back up. Obviously looked on the phone and they updated, we are not opening the rest of the day, and they don't have a Tuesday ticket. Drove 4 hours back, got home around 11 o'clock at night. Just an awful trip. Can you imagine? And the thing with Fitz is he's been to 2 golf tournaments in his life. One was this one he didn't get to go to. Then he got tickets with his buddy Shane down in Florida for the players, and they're all excited. They go, and it's canceled because of COVID.
So he's 2 for 2.
He's 2 for 2 or 0 for 2, any way you want to look at it. But we love you, Fitz, and I'm glad that he gets to go next year. They're going to make sure that they get those people there, which is nice. Maybe he'll invite us because we're better luck than the other two.
Yeah.
Shader and Shane.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into it. We have 96 golfers this week, 12 live. I think that's 5 or 6 shorter than last year. I think there was maybe 18 live players, so it's shrinking. Top 50 in ties make the cut. Obviously, we're in Augusta, Georgia. Third most difficult course last year. They added some length last year, so it's playing about 7,600 yards. Though some of the players say that it's playing like 7,800. Not a lot of water hazards. You have about 5 water hazards that do come into play. We got the old bent grass on the putting surface. And this is one of the tournaments where you look for history. History. A lot of course history. Definitely a second shot golf course. You want to be long, but it's really more second shots, in my opinion. The iron's 150 to 200 second shot iron play. Strokes gained approach is huge here. Strokes gained around the green. Got to be creative around the green. You got to know what you're doing, and that's all about knowing the history. Who can be patient on some holes and know when to get aggressive on others. strokes gained putting on bent grass is a good stat to go look at. And then par 5 scoring is going to be something to look at as well. When you're looking to make those bets or you're playing DFS DraftKings, which us three do every year for the Masters. So let's get into it. Booth, what are some of your storylines heading into Augusta this year? Because there's a few. Liv is back. Scotty. What are your topics that your stories or your topics that you're looking forward to watching unfold?
Yeah, I think number one storyline is Rory. I think he's kind of set the tone. First 2 wins of the year, the most wins he's had to start the year in 10 years of his career. Is this his year? I think this is, I read it was like his 12th or 13th time trying to do the career Grand Slam. So we know there's scar tissue. Has Rory learned enough? He seems like he's in a different space this year. Maybe Scotty's year last year just really motivated him. I think that's one storyline. I think the other is Scotty Scheffler. Is he going to repeat? He's still searching for that first win of the season. He would be the first person since Tiger in 01 and 02 to repeat here. So it's been a while. It doesn't happen very often, but this course just seems to suit him so well. He is so comfortable here. So, and then the Live guys. I think, I don't watch a ton of the Live golf tournaments on TV when they're on, but it's hard to know who's playing well, who's not. I know Neiman's had a pretty good year. Sergio's had a couple good weeks. Rahm, Bryson. I think those are the big 3 storylines for me going into this week.
Yeah, so I actually was researching a little bit about Liv because I don't watch it at all. And we were watching it at your house, Denny, and I see that stupid scoreboard, and I'm like, this is just so awful. But looking at the leaderboard, a lot of guys coming into Augusta were in the top 10. So one of the big things that we always look at, Denny and I talk about this, Booth obviously talks about this as well, is who is playing well coming into Augusta. Current form is a major thing when you're golfing. So you're looking at Live Miami. It was Leishman who won. He's not playing. Schwartzel, I don't know if he's playing or not, but he is a Masters champion. He came in second. Sergio came in third. He's probably one of the hottest Live golfers. Has a really good mindset about this year as well. Bryson was in the top 10. Phil was in the top 10. Patrick Reed, who's always good at Augusta. Cam Smith, who's been very, very bad on Live, from what I've been reading, was in the top 10. John Rahm has been playing decent as well, was in the top 10. And then there's Brooks Koepka, who actually his form has been pretty bad. He finished 18th, which isn't great for Liv, in my opinion. Where is his head at? But he, with Brooks, he's a major killer, and when he comes to these majors, he's dialed in. I don't think he's really dialed at Liv. I think he made a mistake, and he knows it. But when he comes to these majors, he wants to prove something, in my opinion. And the other thing that the Booth was talking about, obviously, Scotty, can he make it 3 Masters in 4 years? The only other golfer to do that was Jack Nicklaus. Tiger did it 3 in 5 years. So very, very hard to do. And Scotty hasn't won this year, which is kind of surprising. So we will see. It's very exciting. And then Rory, like Bruce said, can he get it done is going to be interesting. And then Ludwig came in second in his debut. Coming off some missed cuts, though. Where's his headspace at? How is he going to perform? It's kind of like my other storyline heading into Augusta. Denny, do you have anything to add to that? What are your thoughts on these Live guys coming into Augusta this week?
Yeah, I'm like you. I don't watch a lot of Live, but just been researching because of this tournament. Have some interest in Bryson, Neiman, and Patrick Reed this week. You might be able to talk me into Rahm. I'm still on the fence on Rahm. Oberg is interesting because, as you said, came in second in his debut, and then he's won recently, but he's also looked bad recently. So the volatility there is keeping me away from him mostly. I feel like it's going to be the Rory and the Morikawa show. I'm fading Scotty, and by fading Scotty, I mean he's going to come in 5th instead of 1st. He just hasn't seemed to put it together this year. He's still playing well by most standards, but just not by his standards. Rory is one. Got a lot of momentum going into the tournament, and I agree that I think all the Live drama is behind him. He's in a better headspace, and that might be the difference. But Morikawa's been good here, and he's been good this year. So I think you're going to hear later how much I like him this week. But either way, very excited. That's Masters week, and sorry for your experience, Ryan Fitz.
Oh, man, that story is going to be told every year when this tournament comes up. So, I kind of like where you're going. I like Morikawa, too, this week. We'll talk more about him. Fading Scotty's very dangerous, but we'll see how that plays out. All right, so getting into one and done, Booth is the commissioner of the league. So let's talk a little bit about that. So when we started this, it was me, you, and our friend Ralston. It was just 3 of us.
Yep.
We have grown to how many do we have in this league?
We have 168 people.
Good Lord.
168 people.
And this is year 14. I went back and thought about it. So, yeah. Still doing it by hand.
Still doing it by hand. Which is incredible.
It's just fun.
Yeah, it's fun.
Therapeutic. I'll probably give into a website here soon if we keep growing. We keep adding a lot of people every year, but
how long does it take you to type the email announcing everyone's picks?
Actually, I have a strategy. When you send me your pick every week, I put it into the spreadsheet. That doesn't take very long. I can just do a control find in Excel. But I have a Word document, and I just type it up there, and then I copy and paste it over. So.
Gotcha.
That's just how I've done it since we've gotten so big over the last few years.
That's wild.
So organized. He plans all our golf trips. Nothing would happen without Booth for us and our friend group for sure. And the fun fact about this one and done league, for 1 year, Fat Perez was in it.
He what?
People
no,
forget.
for multiple years.
Really?
Multiple years. He did forget to pick quite often, but I know that's probably shocking. But yeah, he was in it for a few years.
So
good dude.
This is a good one and done league to
It
be
is.
in.
It is.
All right, so let's get into it. Again, once you use the golfer, you can't use them again. You ranked them pretty much where obviously the Players Championship was number 1, that because the purse was the highest. So you definitely want to use the best golfers for the better tournaments, and this is one of them. We also, Booth added this to our one and done league, is you get money if you win, if you're the top guy in the four majors, plus the Players, right? So
correct.
It's really the top 5 tournaments. So even Augusta is definitely bigger than a lot of the tournaments that we have seen in the past. So looking at the standings, going back to last year, this is kind of interesting. So at this time last year, I'm going to have it right here, Fitz was 51st, I was 22nd, Booth was 21st, and Duke was 111th. This year, Fitz is 108th.
Yikes.
Denny, you're 117th.
I don't want to. I don't want
the same.
You got better.
I don't want to talk
Got
about
a
it.
little better. I'm 11th and Booth's 14th. So you see a little pattern. Me and Booth are pretty good. Denny, not so much.
The last 2 years in Boost One and Done, I've struggled so badly, and it bothers me. And I'm going to right this ship, I assure you.
All right, let's get it done. All right, so let's talk about our picks. We're going to start with Booth, our guest, and again, a lot of strategies involved because a lot of people have already burned some good golfers. You had the Players Championship, you had the Arnold Palmer, some bigger tournaments. So, Booth, who are you going to use? Who do you still have?
Yeah. Before I talk about who I have, I told Gray and Duke I have a fun stat I want to share. I read this yesterday on Twitter from Ron Kloss. He is a PGA data analyst, and I thought it was fun. Said not a single player has consecutive top 5s with the Masters since 2020, which is Dustin Johnson was the last one to do it.
Okay.
And before that, Jordan Spieth was the last one. So only 2 players in the last decade have back-to-back top 5s.
Wow.
Which is wild to me when I thought about it. So I've already used Scotty. He's off the table. I used him at the Arnold Palmer. He still was, struggling with the putter a little bit. I really like Ludwig this week, but I already used him when he got his win, so I'll take his win at one of the signature events. I think for me, Rory did not have a top 5 here last year. I need to decide, is it Rory? But I can also use him at some other signature events down the line. Also the PGA Championships at Quail Hollow, which is a place he really likes and has won a bunch. Or do I go live and take Bryson? And I think Rahm is the other one I'm going to look at. I think those are the 2. Bryson seems like he's figuring it out. He's gotten better each year playing the Augusta. I think it's the greens. He's kind of figured out how to putt. And then Rahm is obviously somebody who won here 2 years ago. seemed uncomfortable last year when he came back after joining Liv, but maybe in a little bit better headspace. I don't have a definitive answer yet for the show. I'm leaning Bryson.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask. All right.
I am leaning Bryson as my pick right now. I think he just seems like he gets hyped for these majors now, like it's his thing. But if not him, one of those other two, I just need to decide if it's basically Rory, if it's Rory's year or not.
Yeah, and the other thing with Bryson is he's up there in Ryder Cup points, so this is big for him.
Really big.
To keep those points alive for being on Liv, because you don't get a lot of chances. And that's one thing to look at. Is like you can't use a lot of Liv players for these tournaments. So these majors, a lot of people are going to use Liv. So that's a strategy as well. Maybe not go Liv. So Denny, where are you headed? You going Liv or are you staying on the PGA?
I'm staying PGA, so I've already burned Scotty as well. I don't think I would take him this week, even if I had him. For me, it's between Rory and Morikawa. I think Rory's gonna be very chalky, and I don't mind the pick at all. But I'm gonna lean Morikawa. If you look at the last 3 years here, he's come in 3rd, 10th, and 5th. So consistently been solid here. I didn't know that stat about not finishing top 5 back-to-back years. I'm gonna ignore that stat for now.
I just read it. Do what you want with it.
The last 5 weeks, the last 5 tournaments for Morikawa, he's gone 2nd, 17th, 2nd, and 10th. So he's in good form, still searching for that victory. He hasn't closed this year, but he historically has been a great closer, even in majors. So he knows how to get it done on Sunday in a major. So to me, it's between those two guys, and I'm going to lean Morikawa.
Denny, let's align.
Let's ride.
Since 2020, Morikawa has the most top 10 finishes in majors with 6. More than Scotty, more than Rory. How about that for a stat? Mm-hmm. All right. I like Morikawa, but then the more and more I do a little research and listen to the chatter, John Rahm keeps popping up in my head. Mm-hmm. People are not talking about him. He's in good form. He's won here. You're not going to get many chances to use him. So I'm kind of like Booth, where I'm like, man, I've already burned Scotty at the Players. I burned Rory at API. So I really need to keep this run going. Ludwig at the Genesis, I got a win with Booth there, which was nice. So I've burned a lot of good players. I need to keep this going. And Liv can help me with that to keep some of these PGA guys that I still need. So right now it's Morikawa. I like Morikawa, but I might switch to Rahm. So gun to my head, Morikawa, if you want to bold that pick in. So 2 Morikawa, 1 Bryson, but no one will fault you for taking a Scotty, a Rory, or Rahm, or any of these Liv guys that are in good form, because it's good strategy as well. So good luck to if you're playing in one-and-done leagues, but we got some winners to go after. We like to bet. Fitz is not here to tell us his 15 people that he's betting or his 10 people that he'll bet live. But it seems like he almost wins every week because he has the whole field. So let's talk about some main plays or some long shots that you have. Booth, how many bets have you Booth, did you make a bet before 2 months, like 2 months ago? Have you made
on this tournament?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. That's what I want to know. Booth's good at finding a number before Augusta creeps up on you.
My gambling strategy is win a big bet, look at golf futures, no matter how far away you are, and find value. Like I have a JT PGA Championship bet him at like 70-1.
That's awesome.
Last year, because it's at Quail Hollow where he won his first PGA. Yeah. So like, yes, I have. The only bet I have on the Masters though early is Ludwig, and I got him at 20-1. He's only at 18-1 right now, so it's not that big. The guys that I like this week, I mean Morikawa. If I had him, I probably would take him here this week as my one and done. But I used him at the Players. He just didn't putt great. I love him. I have Ludwig, like I said, and I'll probably also bet Bryson at 20-1. I think that's pretty good value for Bryson. 3 guys that I found value in, or like at the, I guess what you call a bomb or a range. Corey Connors. Gray and I love Corey Connors. We bet him
so
every year in Masters pool play. He has 3 top 10s and 7 starts here. He's 65-1 right now on FanDuel. That's pretty good value. Sepp Straka, who has probably had sneakily one of the better years on tour outside of Morikawa and Rory. He's 80-1 here.
I thought that was
crazy.
I thought that's one that you got early.
I did not.
I did
It is
not know
live. I looked it up yesterday.
I might have to hop on that.
He is 7th in strokes gained total on the season, and he has 3 starts here, 3 made cuts. And then I also looked yesterday. Patrick Reed is 90-1. Hasn't missed a cut here since his win in 2018, and no worse than 36 he's ever finished.
He's a short game wizard, man.
He's a wizard
Short
around the greens.
game wizard.
I think those are my picks. So 5 new bets, and then the Ludwig one I already have is probably what I'm going to roll.
I like it. I'm going to add the Straka. All right, Denny, who do you have? You have some of the same ones, and then give us some different ones that you got as well. Seems like you got a lot more than usual. Is it? It's a
fun week.
Masters week,
It
baby.
is. It's a special week, and I want to be cashing a ticket on Sunday. So I'm fading Scotty at the top, as I mentioned. I like Rory, but at plus 650 doesn't get me excited enough, and so I'm going to parlay Rory plus 650 with Morikawa top 10, and that's going to pay plus 1587.
I like that.
Stuff doing like that.
Especially after your Morikawa stat.
I love that.
So I like Morikawa at 18-1 on DraftKings. He's only 16-1 on FanDuel right now. JT at 25-1. To me, I always feel like he can win when he's playing well. And I think he's playing good enough to give him a chance. I'm going to sprinkle on one of the live guys, Neiman at 40-1. The 2 recent wins. He came in 22nd and 16th in this tournament the last 2 years, so he knows how to play here. I'm not planning on cashing that one, but at 40-1, I think it's enough juice to give it a roll. I really like Lowry at 45-1. He's playing great. He's a closer. He came in third in 2022 here. Russell Henley's another guy I like at 55-1. He's playing best golf of his life. He came in 4th in 2023, so he's had a top 5 here. I also like Straka at 80-1. He's a dude who can get hot. When he gets hot, he gets really hot, and he's playing great this year. He's won. He has another top 5 recently. He came in 16th in this tournament last year. I'm also like Patrick Reed at 90-1. Playing well on live, solid history here. I think there's extra value built into the fact that everybody hates him, and so that's why I think 90-1 is too high. I think it should be like 60 to 70-1, but because of the hatred factor, I think it's juiced him up to 90-1. So those are all the guys I'm playing. I considered Bryson, and I still may, but for now I'm holding off.
Yeah, I just can't root for that guy. He's gotten better. He's a good golfer. I know if he wins, you're like, yeah, I don't want to root for him.
Like if he wins by 3 strokes, it wouldn't surprise you. Because when he wins, he separates himself.
Exactly. I also feel like Bryson does better like when Augusta is when it does rain and he can just seek pins. Mm-hmm. And it's, not roll. Like I just feel like his touch around the greens can get away from him sometimes. And here, if the greens are firm. But it rained on Monday. Fitz would know how much it rained. Mm-hmm. So I think Bryson, I don't know, it'll probably dry out by Thursday, but we'll see. All right, my main plays. I love Shane Lowry this week. 45-1. He came in the top, I think it was like top 20, and he lost. It was his worst putting weekend. He lost 7 strokes on the green and was still in contention. When has Shane Lowry ever lost 7 strokes on the green? So just, lose 1 stroke and you're right there. So I think 45-1 is a great number for Shane Lowry. I think he's going to be in contention. So hopefully it's windy because he's one of the best wind players in the world. I'm going Morikawa. Shop around because you can get Morikawa at 18-1. He's my favorite. So I have Lowry, kind of my sleeper main play. Morikawa is my favorite main play, and then Ludwig. I have to go. He crept up to 20-1. I'm taking it. He came in second last year. This guy is 5th in the world. Extremely talented. So those are my 3 big main plays, and then I'm going to sprinkle. I just added Straka 80-1 for everything you two just said. Love that. And then 2 live guys that are not in the greatest form. Cam Smith has been horrific on live. But this man at Augusta is probably the best around the greens. and makes putts. If he can just close his eyes and hit a fairway, I think he'll be in contention. Maybe not win it, but at 65-1, why not sprinkle some couch change, as Stucky always likes to say, and get lucky. And then Koepka at 35-1.
Yeah.
He would not be 35-1 if he was playing well.
No.
And is a Masters major killer. I had to hop on that because would you be surprised if he's there on the last group on Sunday? No. So those are going to be my plays. I actually really like Denny's takes this week. A lot of times in golf, I fight him.
Wow. Honest.
But Henley,
Yeah.
like, why is no one talking about him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's been awesome here, 55-1. So I like that as well. Maybe I'm going to add that. You guys have got me fired up. But those are the 6 that I've already bet because I literally just added Straka. Shop around, get the best value. All right, so let's get into our favorite bets. So obviously it's really hard to hit it outright. So if we're going to make a bet for other people to ride with us, these are more like matchups, top 10s, top 20s, parlays that we like. Booth, what caught your eye in the market that you're going to take as your favorite play this week?
I like to do fun top 20 or top 10 parlays when I do these. And so I found some good value with Henley, who you just talked about. He's had a great year. Already won a big signature event. He's made 8 starts here. Made the cut 7 years in a row. He's playing really well. Top 20 in 3 of the last 7. So I bet him and Will Zalatoris, who still coming back from back surgery about a year and a half ago, but he has 3 starts at Augusta and 3 top 10s, and that is just pretty good. He's just an elite ball striker. I think if he could just putt decently, he'll probably be in the mix. So I bet Zalatoris and Henley top 20 parlay plus 524. That is my favorite bet of the week.
I like it. Zalatoris has actually found a way to putt all right here. Like, again, it's a course history.
Yeah.
You know where to hit it. He's a great ball striker. He can hit it in the landing spots as he wants to hit it, and he actually is not awful here at putting.
No.
And as you can see, 3 top 10s. Booth.
Yes.
Scotty. Claw grip. Thoughts?
Yeah,
The claw
man.
grip, baby. The claw. Let's go.
I hate the claw grip. But you know, Scotty has struggled on the
forgot to
greens,
talk about that.
and he is elite at everything else in his game. So maybe if this helps him, I just can't get behind it as a person who plays golf.
Imagine playing so much golf for so long and then changing your grip at this point in your life. It just blows my mind.
Yeah, he won all those tournaments when he was like 15, 16, and now he's won all these pro tournaments. And he's like, oh, maybe I'll try the claw grip.
It's the claw grip.
It's insane.
Greg, why don't you tell us about the claw grip? Because you use the claw grip.
I use it. I'm obviously a horrible putter still with it, but it gives you more control when you're I know this is not good podcasting, but when you're taking it back, just good control on small putts. He said he's only going to use it maybe for like 10 feet and under, like just to keep him dialed in. I don't know.
It's weird.
This is
weird.
why Denny's fading him.
Yeah.
Like, why switch it up, right?
But he did just have his best putting performance in the last 2 years last week at Houston.
He had a great Sunday.
He
almost stole that.
shot a 29 in the back. So
Yeah.
And he only used the claw grip
hopefully
on
never.
short putts then? Or
I don't know.
what
I didn't
did he do?
watch. I actually
That's a
did
good
not
question.
watch
I
that
didn't
last
watch it
round.
either.
But he gained strokes. He gained
something
multiple
we need to
strokes
Just
on the field
imagine
putting.
having a tough putt on 16 or 17 on Sunday, and you have to decide what grip you're using. Like it's just not a good.
Well,
swing.
last year it was all about the mallet putter, which
Yeah.
I felt like that was good enough. And
Mallet putter.
I don't know. The claw is.
The claw. I knew that would get Booth. Fired up. All right, so Denny, your top play is going to be, as he's texting.
It's going to be Morikawa top 10 plus 125.
Like that.
All right, plus 125, top 10. And then I'm going to go with, I didn't bet him at 90-1, but I like everything that you said. This is another guy that just makes cuts. He's there on Sunday. Patrick Reed, top 20, plus 210. So
good
you get
value.
him plus 210, great value. And I think that is my favorite bet. It was going to be Henley, top 20, but you get more value with Patrick Reed. So I like both of them to top 20 if you want to parlay it as well. So, our favorite bets. Can we? We'll talk about this when we get to that. But that's the team parlay. We like to take all of it and parlay it all together. So I was asking, can you parlay Zalatoris, Henley, and Reed top 20 with a Morikawa top 10?
Probably.
And that's our parlay.
I'm in.
Are you in?
Count me
Twist
in.
my
I
arm.
wonder what the odds are there. That would be a fun parlay to watch, and it's very doable. Mm-hmm. Looking at
If
the
you
stats.
give me a second, I'll put it in.
All right. While y'all are doing that, I'm going to. We also love with Augusta is really fun because there's not a lot of players, so a lot of guys make the cut. It's a good sweat, especially when you're doing DraftKings. And if you go to DraftKings, you can get a free. They'll match your bet for a make the cut bet. So go to DraftKings. If you put in $10, they'll match it. 20, they'll match it 20. I think 50 is the highest that they will match. If you go in and do that, make sure you go to DraftKings. We are going to do a make the cut parlay. We have looked at odds, but we haven't told each other who we're going to put in this. We're each going to pick two guys. We're going to go around the room, and we're going to pick two guys. If someone has the same guy, you can either just say, all right, we're going to just keep it at whatever, 5 guys, 4 guys, or you can go back in and pick another one as like your alternate.
I have the odds for you.
All right,
Greg.
what are the odds?
So the parlay for all
And
of our
can you do
favorite
it?
bets, you
You
can do it.
Okay.
Is
And
plus 455. So 10 to win $455 on FanDuel right now. Morikawa top 10,
FanDuel.
Patrick Reed top 20, Russell Henley top 20, Will Zalatoris top 20.
And that's our team parlay. Go get that now. Before those odds get lower, because that's a great bet.
We
And
will
it's gonna
definitely
hit.
move the line once this
Yeah,
hits
we're
the
gonna move
airwaves.
line. We're gonna move the line.
We're so impactful.
All right, since Booth is our guest, we're going to let him go first, Denny. And
Okay.
so if he picks someone that we have,
I got a backup
we
plan.
got backups.
I'm going to pick someone fun. Two people fun.
Ooh.
These are just to make the cut.
Just to
Yes.
make the cut.
I'm going to pick Sepp Straka. We talked about him earlier. I
like
just think
it.
he's in incredible ball striker form right now, and he's had a really good year. I just see that continuing to make the cut. I'm going to pick a live guy that's fun to watch. Tyrrell Hatton.
Ooh, out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Haven't really
said
talked
his-
about
yeah.
him. He
he's
he
a
has one on the DP.
firecracker.
He has one on the DP World Tour this year, so he's already had a win outside of live. He's just a grinder. He's had really good success here. He's made the cut the last 5 years in a row. So I'm just going to go with him to make the cut.
Yeah.
Him and Sepp.
I like it. Stracco's on my radar. Hatton didn't even think
Yeah, I
about
figured Hatton wouldn't be on the radar. So
All right, Denny, I'm going to let you go. Don't take anybody out with.
Well, I might. So I'm not going super chalky, but I am going to go mid-tier chalky. I'm going to go Shane Lowry minus
it.
390 and Russell Henley minus 340.
This is crazy. We all have different
Good.
guys. All right, Lowry and Henley. All right, and for me, obviously, we talked about Patrick Reed making the cut. And then this one, someone we haven't talked about, but has made 15 straight cuts at Augusta. He looks good when he's tan, according to Booth.
yeah.
Adam Scott.
Oh, wow. Okay.
amazing
Adam
golf
Scott.
swing.
Amazing golf swing. Has made 15 in a row.
I love
15 in a row.
That's a
So
good line.
our make the cut parlay is Patrick Reed, Adam Scott, Straka, Hatton, Lowry, Henley. And if you want to get a little frisky and risky, you can add more people to that. But
So that pays plus 529.
love it. Love
Yep.
it.
I love that.
All right, so we got some good ones. We got a good team parlay. So to recap a little bit, to recap our best bets, so we're going to bet Patrick Reed by itself, top 20 at plus 210. Morikawa by itself, top 10 plus 125. Zalatoris and Henley, top 20 parlay by itself, plus 524. We're going to take all of those together and parlay it. So we need a Reed, Zalatoris, Henley top 20 with the Morikawa top 10. And then our make the cut parlay. Patrick Reed, Adam Scott, Straka, Hatton, Lowry, and Henley. Let's go. Anything to add, gentlemen? What does your week look like? Are you working, Booth?
I am. I'm actually my son's mystery reader at school on Friday, so I'm gonna have to take like a 2-hour break in the middle of the day to go read to my son.
You're a good dad.
I'm gonna stream Masters in his classroom.
And the crazy thing about the Masters stream, it is incredible. Just go to masters.com. You can follow anybody, any group. Now you can follow people on the driving range and actually watch their shots, where they're going, which is incredible. Denny, what's the plan this week? Sunday, we getting together. We drinking vodka limeades.
I feel like we should do, between Saturday and Sunday, do one of the days at my house and one of the days here at Parlay. Okay. What do you think? Definitely vodka limeade.
Definitely going to have to bring the kids and the wife. That's fine. But
Parlay has a Masters menu this weekend.
Come?
Of course.
Masters menu this weekend? What's on the
pimento cheese,
Yes.
Chicken salad, and there's a third item.
I love that.
I can't remember the third. And then we're going to have vodka limeades and a drink called like the Pink Azalea or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
For the ladies.
So I have a birthday party from 1 to 3 Sunday. But
here?
After, yep.
Okay.
So we should probably come Sunday.
Yeah, come Sunday
I'll
here.
already be here from 1 to 3, and then after we can watch the back 9 and sweat it out, gentlemen. And we also have our annual Masters draft coming up.
We do.
We got to do the draft order for that. It's just going to be a fun week.
Do you think we should give Fitz the first pick because he's had such a hard week?
I don't think so.
No.
He wouldn't want that.
No, he wouldn't.
I tried Fitz.
I mean, it's just incredible. Just knowing Fitz, and we literally talk about his bad beats every week. This might be the worst beat.
Well, I think if he invited me and you, he'd have better luck. So
that's just karma.
remember that next year, Fitz.
We love you, Fitz. All right, Booth, thank you for
guys.
hopping on with your
Thanks
busy
for having
schedule,
me.
man. Great information, like
Shout out
always.
to Booth's parents and Booth's wife who are listening right now, I'm sure.
Yeah, and his sister and brother. And congratulations, Jake, getting engaged. It's awesome. And Lizzie.
Brother's getting engaged.
Lizzie.
Or got engaged, I should say.
Lizzie, how old is girl or boy again?
Little girl. 5 months old. Yeah.
Heck yeah. Let's go. The Greens rock. All right, we're out.
Giblets.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me.